In January of 2019, over 3,000 young people in Alberta were on a waitlist for a mentor, someone just like you. Wherever you are, there is a mentoring opportunity waiting for you at albertamentors.ca. Quality youth mentoring programs are essential to help young people thrive in their education, their future employment, and to help buffer as a protective factor against life's challenges. Mentoring programs build resiliency and are incredibly rewarding for both the mentor and the mentee. In this video, we are profiling The Spoke, an activity-based youth mentoring program where participants aren't just building bikes, they're building relationships.
The program is for kids who are ages 12 to 17 inclusive. Anyone can apply, but we do focus on kids who need a little more help. And what happens is the youth come for 7 Wednesday nights in a row, and they pick a bike, and with a volunteer they learn to fix up the bike. They don't have to have any mechanical knowledge. It's an earn a bike program, so they come every night and they work hard and they learn what they want to learn, and then they get a bike, a bell, a lock, and a helmet. The program is about time to share with the youth, our enthusiasm with community work, with sharing space, with doing things for each other. And of course, the last night we have a wonderful ride.
At this program, as a volunteer, I get to work alongside rather than having to be the supervisor, having to be the boss, having to be the person telling them what to do. They get to lead what we do. So we look at the bike and we know that the tire's flat. So they say, can we fix the tire? And I get to show them how, and then we work on it together. So it's a different philosophy than a lot of other programs I've been involved in.
It's not just build bikes. It's give them kind of power that they can do stuff. And sometimes kids have really big problems outside, like with relationships, with social issues. And they came here and like they are treated equally. We don't have any kind of restriction. Everybody here have power to learn. It doesn't matter what you have behind you, you are able to learn.
The kids, when they come in and they start working on their bikes, like they become children again because they get excited. They're adolescents, but they become children again because they get excited by seeing something that was broken that worked. You know, at first some of them are hesitant, but they warm up fast and they really do seem to enjoy what they're doing. Like the kids who come in who are too cool for us eventually go, oh, no, actually this is kind of cool, I like this. And
At the end of the 7 weeks, the youth has put a lot of time and love into that bike, and it's kind of fun because sometimes they have to sort of work on a bike they're not too interested in, but by the end of it, I can tell you 100% are really, really interested in the bike because they've got hands-on experience with that bike and they love it.
It's actually a lot of fun, and I actually have like to make new friends and everything else.
The kids here, it's incredible because they come here sometimes like really afraid and kind of not so interested, let's say. But then when they realize that they have the power, they can do stuff, we teach them and they discover that they can do it, they simply like, they transform. You know, like they get like, wow, I can do that. And like I really know how to do it and do it well. And we have a lot of kids that came here as a mentees and then they come back to teach other kids, so to help others.
This is your second time through this program?
Yes, second year.
Yeah, so why did you come back to The Spoke?
Mostly because it was really fun working with bikes, and I thought that it would benefit me to learn how to like fix a bike up, because in my house there's been like a lot of breakdowns of bikes, and I think that if I had the knowledge of how a bike works and how to fix it, it would benefit my family.
So a cool part of the program is to introduce a mentorship model within the youth. So participants who are really keen, who show a lot of leadership, can come back, and then we kind of train them up so eventually they become volunteers.
my big concern about The Spoke is that a lot of the mentors are men, and they're Caucasian men. And I was hoping that we could probably find some more non-Caucasian men, but it seems like there's a lot of us.
We know we're lucky to have a lot of great male volunteers, but for us, we're actually looking to involve more women volunteers because we see sort of within cycling culture an opening to involve women and get them involved as mentors, as participants. So it's interesting.
Doesn't matter if you are a woman or a man, or like a girl or like a boy, because here it's just to learn and to feel the kind of like the energy of the bike lovers.
When I first got here, I was scared and I didn't know what I was doing at first, but after like a couple classes I got used to it, so yeah.
We have so many volunteers that have had bicycles touch their lives and be able to get them over huge hurdles in their lives, and that's what they're passing on. So it's a gentle education of community work, it's a gentle education of life skills well beyond how to turn a wrench.
If you think there's something wrong with the world, be a part of the change, and one way to do that is to come and mentor. Come meet the future, come be a part of it, because it's here and it's doing cool work.
We're not replacement parents. We're people who are a little bit weird about bikes, and we want kids to ride bikes, so it's a rewarding experience for everybody.
There's something about bikes that even as adults, we just love to be around bikes. And it's not just the bikes, it's not just a bunch of bike geeks comparing really expensive parts. This community shop is about helping other people make it happen.
There was a kid the last session, and when the program was done, his mom wanted to get a picture with me and him together because I helped him the most with his bike. So for that kid, I played a role.
All the bikes end up kind of looking the same after a few years, but it's the youth that are accompanying them in their experience and hearing their story that sets it apart.
It's a very collaborative environment, so there are very few people who will give you a hard time for not knowing something. The important thing is to say you don't know.
It made me like more patient, so I don't have to wait like, oh, come on. So I just have to wait for it.
Yes, I think it has made me more patient, as bikes can be tricky, but after you familiarize with the parts of a bike, it gets really easy, and it can improve yourself and kind of improve your mind.
We have amazing volunteers that bring incredible skills to the table, and we have great connections to the community where youth who need us most can access us. But we always risk every year of not being able to hold the spoke anymore, because as a nonprofit, it's very hard to get ongoing funding. That's usually for charitable status organizations. So any donations are appreciated. We have kids who have very particular circumstances, and we need to communicate to their caregivers a lot. So we do need a staff member in charge. So we need to pay somebody to run it, but we also got to keep the lights on. We got to buy new parts for the bikes. There's a lot that goes into, and a fair ticket of food, because we got teenagers here. So there's all kinds of bits and parts that people could contribute to, and we'd love to discuss how they would like to be part of the spoke and keep the gears going, keep the wheels going. Yeah.
It's important for someone to donate to the spoke because you allow the relationship between a mentor and a youth to work on a bike that allows them to have transportation, have freedom, and learn a tangible skill that they can carry on into the rest of their life.
The Alberta Mentoring Partnership works to expand and enhance quality mentoring relationships across Alberta. Schools and community groups are taking advantage of our no-fee access to tools, training, and resources to help ensure that your community mentoring program helps improve outcomes for youth. To like or share this video, or to learn more, visit albertamentors.ca.